We could do it down there. I think it'd be just beneficial here to go over numbers, and I don't like taking that long, but let's get on the same page and see where we wanna go, with it, so. I mean, 'cause today there was, well, your daughter's down there, I mean, there's a lot of kids down there. Even with them not even being able to use the deep end at the moment, and 'cause that was one of the things the inspector saw is the cover didn't have the right paperwork with it, so I had to close the deep end, so. Anyway, the cover's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I can get the deep end opened up, so, it's just kinda interesting,
Do you want to meet this week or next week?
Probably next week to give me time to get the quotes, 'cause I don't have the quotes yet. If I had them, I'd say let's meet after council, but I don't have the quotes yet, so.
Later, later, huh?
So,
Yeah, I mean, after 5, I'm not ruining your guys' evenings, but I don't think I can get any before 5.
no, I get it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday after 5.
Well, you can let us know when you get the quotes, and then we can pick a day.
Well, let's set a date, and then if I don't have the quotes, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
That way we got a date, hopefully get the quotes, and then that'll give me more pressure for her too. Hey, I got council ready to look at these quotes,
Okay.
get them to me.
What'd you say next?
I'm out of the state on, Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
That's internment, so that one's unavoidable. So Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of next week, 5 PM.
I would suggest Thursday, because that will give you time.
Right, okay, so.
To get back, to not have a meeting.
Technically, that's Tuesday,
Still, you're looking out for 2 days.
that's Thursday at 5?
Yeah, let's just do that,
Thursday at 5.
please.
That work for you, Vivian?
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor, is it appropriate that if I get the quotes and that to give them to the full committee beforehand?
Absolutely.
Okay, alright.
Absolutely.
I know there's rules, and I don't wanna break any of the rules.
We can distribute.
Okay, sounds good. So there's that, but on a very encouraging note, of course, last week, we filled the water tower, it went off without a hitch. Our pumps worked flawlessly, there was no leaks in town, there was no problems. I am in utter shock how well everything went. Still a little nervous, anxious, of course, right, maintaining the extra pressure in town, once it becomes live. But as far as filling it, everything went good. It went, the last little bit of filling the tower went longer than I thought, of course, cause you're creating more head pressure, so the pumps are having to overcome that. So we actually filled probably 2/3 of that pool, or that, tank, way quicker than was projected, but we stayed with the projection when it suddenly were pushing the last bit of it ahead, so. But anyway, it went very well, so, anyway.
JB, do you have a question?
Not a question, but a quick comment. Despite one resident who can't be made happy under any circumstances, and a second resident that was frustrated that he didn't know enough so that he didn't know soon enough so that he could sit there and watch it like a hawk.
Oh.
I thought this was an amazingly good omen,
Yeah.
that there wasn't anybody legitimately complaining on social media about something that went wrong.
Right.
Great omen.
Yeah, so man, I was very, very pleased, well.
Yeah, you should be, and thank you. This came off like a hitch.
Yeah, I'd also like to give a shout out to the sheriff's office, they helped us out with some communication, so that things flowed a lot better, and it went very well, so.
So we didn't have any leaks?
No.
And it's all on limestone?
No.
It's not.
No, cause we just made sure that the tower would not leak, drained all that water, and now they're doing the construction and the insulating of all the pipes and everything else, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, it went well.
The Harrison, there's still a barricade over
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
When does that go away?
That is a great question. So essentially, we're leaving that there in the off chance that line needs to be chlorinated again. Instead of digging it twice and everything else, we'd like to just leave it. So hopefully just a month and we'll be done with it, But it seems foolish to dig it up and then suddenly need it again. So, yeah.
That's prudent, and if anybody asks, it gives us an answer.
It gives, yeah.
Which is 99% of the battle.
Right, yes, that is the battle. Getting the right info in people's hands.
It's not deterring them, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Nate?
off the water subject for a second. North Cherry, how's that going?
Very, very interesting, I was gonna get there, but yeah.
Yes, sir, I didn't know.
North Cherry and the building of the street, is not going as planned for them. And then, of course, I'm sticking to my guns, and so is RPA, cause they're having a hard time making an adequate base to go up on top. So anyway, today when I walked through that, as they were packing it and everything else, it's actually just continuing to flow out instead of actually packing. So they're having a terrible time getting their base. So, tomorrow at 10 a.m. they're supposed to have some engineer or something there to try to give them an idea of what to do for the actual street. I'm a little concerned, because, they wanna just keep adding material. Well, I don't wanna have to fix a water line that's 20 feet deep, you know, so, I don't exactly know what direction this is gonna go, so, but,
I
yeah.
think the engineer should have been there prior to the.
Yes, yep, it should've, they should've done a lot more research into what that base actually was,
Mhm.
yeah, so,
Thank you, sorry.
yep. No.
Any other street information council needs to know?
If council does hear, cause I'm very aware there's some potholes on I Street, there's some on Maple, and then I have the cut patch that I gotta replace in front of, I forget the right address, but it's, the Guardwood residence, cause of a water repair, and then Harrison. I am hoping to piggyback off of the paving of the North Cherry and fix all of those spots at once. It is what my plan is to do. So the potholes on I Street, they are getting a little bit bigger, but they're right smack dab in the middle of the road, so they can drive around them pretty decent. I understand it's a pain. The ones on, South Maple, they're fairly small at this point, so they're not gonna be that bad. They're bad, they need fixed, but I'm really trying to piggyback off of that, so it just might make everybody better, right? The city will save money, and it'll be a great way to capitalize off of that, so. That's my plan with the streets, so, yeah. Is there anything I need to know about the streets? Anything that you guys have noticed?
Gravel picked up from the chip seal?
Went very well. There's some spots that are still slightly heavy because there were cars in that there, but, yeah.
Okay. Sewer lagoon?
It is there. Got the new blower in there. It's working like a top. And it's just doing its thing at the moment, so, yeah.
Okay. Any additional solid waste issues?
No additional ones. I was really, go back to the 4th of July deal, we did put 4 cans out, and they hardly had any trash in them. I don't know of much of a trash issue, from that on Broadway, but that went very well. Of course, it's always heavy after the 4th, the trash is, but it went good, so.
I'd just like to come back around to, water system. We did have another low or no pressure situation the other night. I was seeing chatter on social media, texted Eric, who's on call this weekend, and almost immediately I got the response, I'm on it. So, believe you monitored that most of the night.
All night, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
caused it?
What caused that one, out of all craziness, is GlobalNet's internet port. Their port, for whatever reason, tripped out and was not allowing our system to actually talk. So it actually wasn't our stuff that failed, it was GlobalNet's port. So, yeah, that is a bizarre
Our
thing.
system is vulnerable to a cyber attack?
Oh, man, yeah, imagine that.
Okay.
So, because of
Actually,
that.
yes, everywhere in the United States, the public works systems are vulnerable to cyber attack.
Okay.
So what's crazy is they actually were able to reset that port remotely, and then it made it work,
That
so.
was 4th of July night, wasn't it?
The
I
night of
turned
the
down
third,
there.
the night of
Oh,
the
that was-
third, and then into the 4th, and you had, John Nash was here,
Mhm.
and,
Nate from Third Element was
Yeah.
here. Yeah, 'cause I could not figure it out, because all of the normal stuff that I check on my stuff, our equipment, there was nothing wrong, you know? So once we figured out that the internet port was actually down and that was a problem, it was extremely simple to fix. But it's, I guess I'm too old school, I'm used to fixing or taking it apart, I'm not used to them not talking.
Well, that's
So-
a good note to self, I mean.
Oh, yes, and
And what we're actually able to do is create, an alarm that if there is a loss of communication, it gives me an alarm. Because that was a problem, I didn't have any loss of, my system showed everything working, being sustained, you know, because it just kept running with what it thought was right. Well, now I have an alarm, if there's a loss of communication, that I get an alarm, so that I can go and fix the problem. And they actually did that for all of the buildings, from the lagoon to the wells, to the pump and everything else. So that's there was some lessons learned and already some solutions put into the system, so.
yeah.
Did you already have a lower pressure? I thought you had one on your phone that alert you.
But the it wasn't
It wasn't
talking.
telling you that.
It wasn't telling me that I didn't have, cause you're right, I have the low pressure alarm, but it wasn't
But it didn't know.
communicating that out. Wasn't communicating that out, so that's why I was sunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cause I had nothing to tell me what was going wrong.
Cool.
So, yeah.
So once again, kudos to Eric, his crew, and our
Yes.
contractors.
Cause we were literally, I've heard different rumors, but to the best of my knowledge, pressure was only down for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, cause I gotta follow up a little bit, but I only had one phone call, and that one phone call, I was immediately down. And then he actually contacted me back and said, are you sure you're doing this right? Cause I'm showing lots of pressure. So, I mean, and that was a really quick time frame, so, yeah,
Well, nice work, thank you.
no problem.
Anything else?
The only other thing, and I'll be quiet after this, is related to water, with us